G'day guys, Grazy back with episode 8 of MyTeam. Today we're doing a bit of domination and we get to welcome a new squad member. We've got Big Jalen there from Michigan. He'll be the best Wolverine out here for sure. There's old Mike Bibby. Here we go, Big Tree Rollins making his debut on the squad as well. We'll see how Big Tree goes. We picked him up from the Emerald Rewards screen. Jason Richardson from Michigan State, and there's my man, Michigan finest, Chris Webber. I love Chris. He was one of my first players that I really got to watch when I got into the NBA in the mid-90s. And by God, he could play. I'd love to see how big Chris goes now. But young J-Rich just come out and said, this is my team. I've been here for about 2 weeks, fellas. I run the show around here. Michigan State's J-Rich just letting the other Michigans know that he's the man on this team. We were very, very happy to pick up Big Chris. We got him quite cheap. And as you can see, he can do some things. Yeah, he's going to fit in quite nicely. He can do stuff like that. He can back them down. If he gets anyone smaller, he'll just take them to the post and dominate them. He's quite quick for a big man. As you see there, he just leads the break. J-Rich back to him. He just sidesteps Big Kevin Love. And, yep, he's going to fit in very, very nicely on this squad. That's the rookie version, rookie sensations Chris Webber. I recommend picking him up, as you can get him quite cheap. There's Steph Curry just swatting a shot. This is from Sam Tham's defensive tutorials, which we've been watching on YouTube. As you can see, we're out to a 12-2 start. There's Mike Bibby. He's sitting on the bench doing stuff all. He like that. Giannis blocks a shot. Giannis is pretty happy with this block shot as well. Yeah, pretty happy with that. There's Mike Bibby sitting there doing nothing. Good on your bibs. But yeah, we're going for a bit of domination today, starting to work our way through it so we can pick up some more reward tokens. We're trying to get World B free as our next player. And there's Giannis just swatting one back to three-quarter court. That's a good way to run down the old shot clock. Yeah, I'm the man. Where's Mike Bibby doing nothing on the bench? Surely. Yeah, there he is. There's Bibb sitting next to the coach doing stuff all. Jared Jack's come on. He's knocked down some shots. He's got quite a nice release. He's one of the Emerald Reward players you can pick up, so he costs you 3 tokens, and I'd say he's well worth it. Very nice release, quite a strong point guard. Nice little dish there to Hassan. Hassan's another very nice player to have in this mode. Yeah, again, another big centre you can get quite cheap. I think he's an 84 overall. I recommend having him. He'll block you a lot of shots, get you some rebounds, and you can finish at the rim quite nicely as well. There's Bibbs Rollins and pick and roll. Tree Rollins has sidestepped himself there, wrong-footed himself and laid it in. Big Tree seems like a pretty handy player so far. Bit of ball movement there and Bibbs knocking one down. Looking good. There's Big Chris. Look at that, that's a horrible post move, but he's managed to get that to go in. Big Chris is just a monster. There he is teaming up with his old mate. That's actually Hassan Whiteside throwing that one down. We do run a couple of nice pick and rolls with Chris Webber and Bibby, as it's back in Sacramento days, and they used to run that quite a bit. There's Big Hassan again. That was tipped. Catches it and won. And by God, does he celebrate that. He's happy with that point against the old Cleveland Cavaliers in domination. JJ misses a wide open 3, and then knocks down the contested one, of course. As I was saying earlier, this man here, Chris Webber, I'd like to see what he'd do in the modern game if his career was starting out now. He could handle the ball, he could run the floor, was a great athlete, had good handles, he could shoot the mid-range pretty well. I imagine he would have added the 3-point shot if he was playing now, and he could be an absolute monster on the rebounds when he wanted to. He could really take over games. He was so athletic, so quick. I think he would have suited the modern game even more, and I think he's quite an underappreciated superstar. He was a lot of fun to watch. I followed him his whole career. I only had that 1 year to start with the Warriors. And of course he returns to finish his career there with the same coach, Don Nelson. There he is, the Big Chris. Pretty happy with himself, but he was a great player. And I feel NBA fans probably overlook him a little bit when they talk about great power forwards, because he was one of them. We dominated the Cavs pretty easily. I actually slackened off quite a bit in the second half there. Well, it wasn't a great effort. Who do we get as our player? Who would we want from the Cavs? I'd be happy with a Larry Nance. Larry Nance would be quite a handy little card to pick up. Who do we get? Well, George Hill. George is a pretty solid point guard, but we're stacked at the point guard position, so he might not get a go. We just jumped straight into another domination, and Chris Webber just let people know early on that, yeah, he can do some things. He really can do some things in this game. As I said, he's quite cheap. There's his mate Bibbs knocking down some threes instead of giving block shot advice from the bench. He misses that, gets his own rebound. and then lays it in. And that's actually a really good tip for my team. If you can get your own rebound, you get the hustle rebounds going, get a rebound, second chance, put back, made basket, they rack up pretty quick. And there's Steph. That is a Steph-like shot. 1.5 seconds on the clock. Aaron Gordon's stunned because he said there's a guy on the opposition who looks exactly like me, and he's a bit creeped out by it. Big Lopez, he's drawn an N1. I don't know what Sasha, big Vujicic's whinging about there. That's a foul. Quick little pick and roll, and there's big Chris throwing another one down. He's a very, very athletic power forward. And as I said, if you can get him cheap enough, he's well worth adding to your lineup. He can do a bit of everything. Nice little flyover there of Orlando. That looks quite nice. Some of the halftime packages are really nice when they do a quick flyover of either the arena or the city. They look good. There's big Jarrett. He wants some minutes. As I said, we're pretty stacked at point guard. We've got Bibby, we've got Connolly, we've got Steph, we've got Jarrett Jack. A lot of guys who I've picked up who haven't even used. Luka Doncic hasn't been seen in a minute. We might have to get him back in there. And there's Jay Rich. Still got one of the smoothest releases in the game. One of the more underappreciated Warriors, I think. He was there for not a great period in time for the Warriors. There wasn't a lot of success. Was a part of the We Believe, and that was about it for his success. But he's a good player and a good guy. And Chris Webb has just stomped Mike Bibby into the ground. He's jumped up, hip-checked him into the ground. The old Kings teammates. As I said, I well and truly recommend Chris Webber. He runs the floor so well for a big fella. And Jay Rich basically ends the video the way we started, by knocking down a 3-ball. Very smooth green release there. And then we get to pick from the Magic. Probably use their court, because I think their court looks pretty cool. I think their logo is pretty nice too. I'm looking forward to seeing the throwback unis that they have on this year. And who do we get? Who do we get from the Magic? Well, we've already got Aaron Gordon. It's DJ Augustine. Again, DJ probably won't play many games for us. Thanks very much for watching, guys. If you enjoyed that video, feel free to give it a thumbs up, maybe even hit the subscribe button. Would love to hear how you're going with my team, who have been your best players. Feel free to pop it in the comments. Thanks for watching.